Hey, what's up guys? Chris here with CryoFX, about to show you how to properly unpackage and set up your CO2 Swing Jet when you receive it in the mail. First things first, you get the box, you want to cut it open super fast. Be careful with the knife. If you cut too deep, you're going to cut your hose. Product's ineffective. Nobody wants ineffective products. So be careful with the knife. Once you cut the box open, you're going to notice a few things inside. First, the manual. Read the manual, front to back. Has all the information how to set the product up. The third page has questions and answers of some of the most frequent questions we still get calls about every day. So just do me a favor. Read the questions and answers. Read the manual. It has a lot of good information in there. Set the manual aside, but don't lose it. Then you're going to notice a few other things in the box. You're going to notice a power cord. Take that out. Set that aside. Some DMX cables. Take that out. Set that aside. Obviously, the Swing Jet's going to be in there because that's what you purchased. So take that out, position it where you want it, stage, truss, mount it where you need to. You're going to set it aside essentially. So then you go and you grab your hose. The hose is also in the box. Notice there's two fittings on the hose. You have one side which is your CO2 fitting, brass, gold in color, and then you have the other end which is a quick disconnect. You take the quick disconnect side, bring that over to your jet. As you're pulling the ring back on the quick disconnect fitting that's attached to the hose, you slide the fitting onto the quick disconnect on the jet. Once you slide it on and you push forward, let go of the ring should snap forward. Once it does this, go ahead and pull the hose back just a little bit, not the ring, just the hose, away from the jet, just to make sure you have a secure connection. Then you go to the other end of the hose. You have your CO2 fitting. You're going to go ahead and take the tape off the fitting, but be careful because there's a washer underneath. Nylon or plastic washer. Save that and don't throw it out. But go ahead and throw the tape out. You don't need the tape. Take your washer and put it in the CO2 fitting like such. Then you take your CO2 fitting, come over to a CO2 tank, hand tighten the fitting onto the tank until the fitting doesn't tighten anymore. Once you get all the way hand tight, the stem sticking out of the middle of the fitting shouldn't move. Sometimes the nut won't screw on all the way with your hand because the threads are messed up. At that point, you can take some pliers or a wrench and tighten it on the remainder of the way. If that's the case, you already have a wrench. If not, grab your wrench and go ahead and tighten the fitting about a quarter or an eighth turn onto the CO2 tank, just enough to get it snug where it's on there. Now that you've got your CO2 hose hooked up, don't turn your tank on just yet. You've hooked the hose up to the tank, the other end of the hose to your Swing Jet. You come over here, grab your DMX cables. Notice there's two sides of the DMX cables, your male and your female. Go ahead and take the male side, come over to the control panel on the Swing Jet. Go ahead and plug the DMX cable into the Swing Jet. Take the other end of the cable and plug that into your DMX board. For the purpose of this video, we're using a Chauvet Obey 3 DMX controller. This is a simple 3-channel controller. Any DMX controller will work with this jet. We're using this just for the video because it's 3 channels. The jet only requires 2. Once you have your DMX cable hooked up, locate your power cable. There's 2 ends on the power cable. Locate the end that plugs into the wall. Go ahead and plug that into your power outlet. Then you locate the other end of the cable, plug that in to your Swing Jet. You'll notice that regarding the position the Swing Jet's in, it'll go ahead and set itself to the 0 position. That's either one side or the other. That's okay if it does that, it's normal. Once you've connected all your cables, you locate the control panel on the front of the Swing Jet. The control panel is where you plugged all your cables into. Locate the DMX settings section and go ahead and press the up or down buttons to set the DMX channels to the according channel that you want. Once you have the channel set, you'll go over to your DMX board. Now if you set the unit on channel 1 and channel 2 will be taken because the unit is 2 channels. One channel controls the on and off function of the jet, the other channel controls the position of the nozzle. So, depending on what DMX board you have, go ahead and go to your DMX board. We've set this to channel 1. Channel 1 on my DMX board for this particular jet will control the position of the nozzle. As you can see, 100% is all the way to one side, 0% is all the way to the other side. This will control the position that you want. Channel 2 will control the firing. Depending on what type of jet and what model you get of the swing jet, these channels might be reversed. Channel 1 will fire, channel 2 will dictate the position. Regardless, you always have one channel that fires, one channel that dictates the position. Other than that, you're good to go. This is the point where you come over to your CO2 tank, turn the CO2 tank on, your hose will fill with CO2, and you're ready to fire your swing jet. If you guys have any other further questions, contact us at www.cryofx.com or call us 8555-CryoFX.